Okay. Hi, everybody. Um, Welcome to our Monday night events. Thank you so much for hopping on and having a look. We love sharing what we're doing over here and talking about how we've really up-leveled our life, financially, health-wise. For me, my name's Maxine. I've been in the business for a couple of years. And when I saw this, and this was put in front of me, I absolutely loved it. I mean, I was in a place where my health really needed some serious help. And I was also running a traditional business, which had high overheads. It was tiring, exhausting. It wasn't really what I wanted to be doing anymore. And so the fact that I could really work on myself, mind, body, spirit, it all just came together for me as a beautiful package. And that's really what we're offering to people who are taking a look at this. We have a wonderful program for our customers, and it's a mind, body, spirit program where we really believe in harmonizing those three aspects of ourselves. I mean, really, they don't operate independently of each other. They're all very important in our well-being. As we all know, our mindset and what's going on for us spiritually has such a massive effect on our body, as does what we're putting into our body and what we're feeding it with, and all the nutrients that are going in. So when you go on our program, we pop you into a beautiful online community where there's a lot of support. We support each other all the time, and that's as it's online, all the resources are there. Lots of beautiful programs, recipes, meal plans, mindfulness exercises, journaling. We do meditations. It's all in there. And what we do also is once a month we do a challenge together. So on the 15th of the month for 10 days, each month we focus on one aspect of mind, body, spirit, which is wonderful. So next month, for example, we'll be focusing on the mind. So that'll be a lot of I think that'll be a lot about sort of looking at our thoughts and how we come up against our thoughts and what we can do about those. And for example, the body challenge, we did a cleanse just after the new year. We did a fantastic detox because after the Christmas New Year, everybody's kind of feeling like a bit of a clean out. And for our spiritual challenge this month, we've been doing a lot of meditation, short meditation practices, mindfulness, gratitude, some of those things that really keep us healthy spiritually. So as part of this program, we also do have our nutritional support products. These are incredibly important as part of our program because gut health and nutrition is so incredibly important in the scheme of things with our health. We certainly know with mental health that serotonin is produced in the gut. There is so much going on in the gut that affects not only your physical body but your mental well-being. And also obviously with nutrients going into your body, you're going to have less unhealthy cravings. You're going to have more energy, and generally your body's going to start running better and making it much easier for you to actually achieve those health goals that you want to achieve. You're not sort of battling uphill all the time. So I'm just going to run through the nutritional products that we do offer in our program. First of all, we've got our core products. They're our fruit, vegetables and berry capsules. These are our beautiful micronutrients. So these are over 30 whole food plants, vegetables, fruits, berries that are pulped and juiced whole, and then they're dried at a very low temperature in an oxygen-free environment so that all the nutrients and the enzymes are retained. So they're very, very powerful nutrient boost. And also they're GMO free, there's no chemicals in them, they're batch tested for chemicals, and they're discarded if there's any chemicals. We don't use chemicals on our farms, but we do test for spray drift, that kind of thing, and they're all guaranteed to be free of chemicals. They're dairy free, they're gluten free, they're completely vegan. They're encapsulated in a vegan capsule. So with the premiums, you're getting, as I say, over 30 beautiful fruits, veggies and berries going into your bloodstream every day. They bypass, because they're micronutrients, they bypass the digestive process and they go straight into the body where it's needed, which is why we find people with really awful digestive problems really do so well on these, because we're getting those nutrients in them. They're not having to fight their way through the digestive system like regular food. And the other thing with these capsules is that for every order, your children will get the free chews. I haven't got those to show, unfortunately, at the moment, but they're little tapioca chews, so they're also gluten-free and vegan, and they are also they are the fruit and veggies in a chew form for children. So all children between the age of 4 and 18 actually get those completely free with an adult order, which is incredible. We get some amazing results on the children going on the chews, much less sick days, you know, drinking more water, craving more fruit and vegetables, you know, just amazing results. So that's our fruit, veggies and berries. We've also got our beautiful omegas. They are plant-based omegas, and I really love these because they're more sustainable than fish omegas. And also, basically, we bypass the fish. So the fish eat algae, and that's why they've got omegas in them. We actually grow algae that's very rich in fatty acids and long-chain fatty acids, which are the beneficial ones. And we combine that with some oil from certain seeds. And so we get a lovely blend of all the different omegas. So some of the omegas on the market are hot pressed as well. Ours are cold pressed, so they're very pure, and they're not rancid like some of the hot pressed ones. And of course, as I've said, very environmentally friendly as well. So finally, we have our macronutrients, and that's our protein shakes. We've got vanilla and chocolate, and these are a blend of beautiful high protein plants that have been gently processed, again, just to be a beautiful digestive blend, very easy to tolerate, very low in sugar, less sugar than a pear, no added sugar, again, GMO free, chemical free, dairy free, completely vegan. And they've got lots of beautiful ingredients like mushroom powder, chickpea, amaranth, ancient grains, spirulina, just all beautiful food. I mean, I don't know if you're very familiar with some of the shakes out there, but there's some shakes out there that've got some pretty nasty things in them. These are just food. They're absolutely beautiful. So that's our product and program. And now we're just going to hop over and we're going to have a couple of beautiful ladies share their journey on the program with us. Thank you very much, Corinna. I'm just going to pass over to you now. And I'll just unmute you. Okay.
Hi, I'm Karina, and I started this program in sort of late September last year, and my daughter fully started probably in December of last year. I predominantly got into the program because of my daughter, and mine was secondary, which was great that her products were free with my order. That was a real incentive for me. My daughter was born prem at 34 weeks. She has been sick pretty much most of her life, and she's now 14. She's had bowel and bladder issues. Also, 4.5 years ago, she had one of her kidneys removed. One of them just wasn't working and was causing her all sorts of grief. So we got that one out, and she's slowly come right with the bowel and bladder problems over the last sort of 4.5 years. And we're almost at the end of that battle. She also because of all these issues, you know, in her younger life, she suffers from anxiety. She's gets very bad fatigue. She's hay fever. Her immunity is really low. And last year, she only really had about 25% attendance at school, with picking up every bug. She'd go back to school for a couple of days and pick up something and be off. And yeah, so I knew that I needed to do something for her, especially going into high school. And so it's only been a few months for her, and already she has put on weight. She's very, very underweight, but she's put on weight, and her paediatrician is really, really happy with her progress as well. She's sleeping better, she's eating better. We've been back a month at school, and she's already, you know, 60% been at school, so that's really great, from, you know, 25% to 60. She hasn't really had anxiety. Her hay fever appears every so often, but it doesn't really impact her much now. Yeah, and she's just really steadily improving every day. And my own health, I also suffer from anxiety and depression, and that is managed at the moment, where I've just in the last couple of months gone back to full-time work and been coping really well with that, and, you know, life in general. Sleeping better, eating better, getting into some exercise. My daughter and I have been going through and trying out a lot of the recipes together. Yeah, and we're just doing really well. Everything's going really well, and really looking forward to more improvements this year.
Okay. Awesome, Karina. It's so exciting, honey. So I'm Emma. So I started the program in June last year. It's about 8 months ago. And what my life looked like before that was I was working on my mind. I had been on my spiritual journey for about 3 years prior to coming across this program. I have been through a lot in my life. I've got 3 beautiful children, and one of them at the time had bipolar, so it was a really, really hard time. It's you know, she was so imbalanced. She was smashing holes in my walls. She was cutting, and it was a really scary. It was a journey on its own. And I had been in the public system, getting freaking nowhere, absolutely nowhere. And on top of that, I left my job because I was feeling undervalued in May last year, and May the year before that, so May 2018. And so I was kind of looking for something with a bit more passion and a bit more purpose for myself, because I was struggling with depression and anxiety, and I was having panic attacks myself. And I had really bad gut health. Like Maxine was saying, the links between the gut and the mind is incredible. I had what they call leaky gut, and what that looked like for me was my skin was a mess. I had acne, rosacea, candida build up around my forehead. My gut was inflamed, and it was just a mess. I was either constipated or I had diarrhea. It was freaking awful. Even thyroid problems. My bladder, I used to go to the doctor and get antibiotics for bladder infections all the time, and honestly it was just a vicious circle. What I've learned today, I never knew. You know, we only know what we know, right? I was getting headaches, and at times my life was just such a mess and just so out of control that I didn't even want to be here. And it was you know, it was hard. It was a real was not a good time for me. But anyway, when I found this program, it just resonated. I knew that my health was a mess, and that was the piece of the puzzle that I had been searching for. I wanted to get my health back on track. I'd been working on my mind, but just not my body side of it. So when this program, when I came to me, I jumped on. No questions. I just knew fruit and veggies got to be good for us, right? And my life's been onwards and upwards ever since. I got my energy back within a week. Like seriously, I was just bouncing out of bed instead of I used to have chronic fatigue. So that was amazing to me. I actually was able to go for walks and things, and it just started from there. It's about small steps. I couldn't do at the time. I was so unhealthy that going for a walk was a struggle for me. I was on medication, so I decided to stop taking my medication when I found the capsule, when I found the products in the program. I just had faith that I just knew that I had to do something different, because what I was doing for years and years and years just wasn't working. And I was feeling, so since I started taking the products, I started getting better gut health, more energy, my skin started clearing up, and I thought, oh my gosh, all the things that I had been trying, chiropractor, naturopath, going to my GP, he didn't help me, he was just keeping me sick, basically. Blood tests, giving me blood tests and things, nothing was getting sorted for me. It was just going to get worse. I was going to a spiritual healer. I was trying all sorts of vitamins and supplements. You name it, I tried it. Nothing worked like these products have. They've been amazing. I've lost 12 kilos in 8 months. I don't get constipated or have diarrhea or headaches anymore. It's just amazing to me. My daughter's a lot more balanced. I don't feel depressed. My anxiety is pretty much under control. I don't ever really get anxious as much as I used to anyway. Sometimes, but that's just life, right? I recommend these products to anyone, and the program's been amazing. I've been choosing better foods for my family, going for walks, getting on with life, and I do this full time now, alongside of my other passions. And don't fear failure, guys. Fear being in the exact same place as you are today. That's more scarier than taking a chance and saving our lives, because it's what it has done for us. It's saved our lives. And I'm going to pass you on to Gail.
Hey everybody, so I'm Gail, and I'm just going to change things up a little bit. We're now going to have a little chat about the business and some of the things that I was sceptical about when I decided to join the business, so a few myths that we'd like to bust in regards to that. So the things that I thought about when I first joined, and I've been in the business now to be a year at the end of this month. So I've got Facebook. I haven't got a hell of a lot of friends, but I didn't have at that point. And do I have to suddenly go and chase everybody and get them all as friends on my Facebook page so that I can sell to them? Do I have to keep selling to them? Do I have to chase them? Do I have to harass my friends, my family? Do I need to know everything there is to know about this product before I can get anybody on board? The answer to all those questions is no. With the plan that we've got, or the business model that we've got, we have got so many beautiful examples of how you post online, so that you are inviting people to have a look. You're not going around chasing them, you're inviting them to have a look. You don't have to hassle anybody to join, because you're inviting them, they come to you, you help them through their pain points, then you find the right program for them. When it comes to knowing everything there is to know about the product, again, you don't. You learn as you go, but there are so many wonderful people in this business that are there for you. So the minute you need to ask something, or you need to know, what's the best program for this person based on what they've told me, they will talk it through with you, or they will get on a call with you, with that person, and help you work it through. So at no time did I feel that I had to know everything from day one. It's all a learning curve. The other thing I love about the business, though, as Emma and Karina have mentioned, and even Maxine, is the community involved. We build each other up, and that's the good part about the business. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to hassle anybody, but there is support there every step of the way, so that you can build this business to be the business that you want it to be. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I know that's fairly short, but I don't think there's a lot more else that you really need to know other than give it a try. I'm now going to transfer you through to Rachel.
Hi everybody, thank you Gail for your share. So the journey through my business was I started working in retail when I was 16. I got my first job in retail, and I'd been stuck in that same retail company for 2.5 years, and I really wasn't appreciated, and it had been really laid out quite clearly to me that as long as I stayed there, I would always be a part-time sales assistant. So after about a year in the company, the position came up. They were looking for a 3IC, and I went to them and I said, look, I think I'd be really good in this position. Not only have I been in the company just over a year now, I know how the company works, but also I'm already doing this job because you haven't got anyone else to fill the role, and I'm already doing it now. So I'm already learning as I go. And they said, that's great, we'll put you through an interview. The interview came, it went really well, and they went back to me and they said, no, we're not employing you as that position anyhow. So multiple times I applied for every role that came up, and I never ever got anywhere. So I was really sick of that. That just didn't sit well with me. The idea of that you work really hard every day, day in and day out, and you never ever get any further, and there was no potential to move any further. They didn't want me to go any higher. That just didn't sit well with me. I wanted to be in a company where I could move up the roles, I could move up the ranks, I could do better, start not only earning a better wage, but improving my skills as a worker. So when this opportunity came along, I'd moved on from my retail job. I'd got a full-time job working in a bakery. I liked the work, but what wasn't working for me was I was being bullied by my staff members, by other staff members, being told you do one thing one way and getting told you're doing it the wrong way. Any time that I went to speak to someone about it, I was being told I was speaking to the wrong person and that I shouldn't have done that because I was overstepping the mark. There were just a whole lot of things that really didn't sit well with me, and I just wasn't happy. So I decided at the time that actually that wasn't going to work for me, and I couldn't be in a role where I was being bullied and my anxiety was really bad. And I'd been on the products for about a month and our program, and I was slowly starting to notice changes. So my friend that had put me onto the program, she suggested to me that perhaps I go and start the business as well. So I jumped on a 3-way call and with Tanya, and my friend Hazel had put me onto the products. And she said to me, they said to me, all you have to do is these things, and you get your first promotion, and then you do these things and you get your second promotion. So automatically I could see there that not only was I going to be creating the amount of income that I wanted, but there was also room for me to improve and go further and build it up and move. And that was really something that aligned with my personal goals. But also, as soon as I joined the business, I met this amazing group of people who really helped me. And every time that I get someone comment on my post, send me a message, and they say they're interested in the product, there's always someone there that you can just send a message and say, hey, I've just had this come through, how do I reply, what's the verbiage that I use? And that was something I never had in my previous jobs. There was no, if you asked for help, they'd go, oh, well, why don't you know that? There's none of that in this business. So I would absolutely recommend it to anyone. I'm going to hand you over to Tanya now, and she's going to share her business story with you.
Hi, thank you. I so loved hearing your story, Rachel. I've never actually heard your business story before, honey. I love it. It's great. Thank you for sharing. So I'm Tanya, and I've been in the business now for over 2.5 years. So it's been a wee while for me. But when I started because I was pretty sick, and I accidentally fell upon the program through watching a friend of mine actually doing the program, and she had been pretty sick as well. So I watched her get better slowly, and I thought, well, if it's just fruits and veggies, and I've tried everything else for the last 2 years or last 4 years, then it might work for me, right? So I gave it a go, and after just a few days, I felt amazing. Now, I just watched my dad pass away with cancer, and that was pretty horrific to watch him suffer so badly. And I've always been a bit of a prevention girl. I've always believed in prevention and everything. I'm from a social work background, so it's all about what I really love is really preventing anything, any kind of health or financial or social situation that actually didn't need to happen in the first place. And of course, social work really was frustrating for me at the time too, because I really did feel like the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff. And then watching my dad die, and I thought, no one needs to suffer like this, and we really need something that's really going to support people to prevent them from ever getting that sick, and to support people to actually build an income that they're actually going to create more income from over time. It's going to compound over time. And so I was kind of unconsciously looking for something like that anyway, and I was tired of kind of being the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff, feeling like I was pushing porridge uphill, not really impacting people the way I really wanted to in my job. I was working with the elderly, so I felt like I was just really maintaining status quo and watching people die, and that was really upsetting for me. I didn't enjoy that part of it as well. And of course, I was also working in an environment that was just really negative, was very, people were always moaning about this and that and management and their lives and their money and their health. And I just got tired. I got tired of the environment. I just was at a point where I'd had enough. And my husband and I were really wanting the lifestyle. We wanted to be able to travel. We wanted to be able to travel whenever and wherever we wanted for as long as we wanted. But we were also getting, closer and closer to retirement. And, after losing Dad, thinking, well, how long is our life anyway? We really need to be living in the moment. And thinking that actually we're not getting ahead. We're not going to get that secure retirement that we want. We're not going to get that opportunity to travel that we really want unless we change something. Nothing was working the way that we were doing it. And so we knew that we had to change something. And so, of course, when I was, once I tried the products and I had such amazing results, and my friend said to me, well, there's a business behind it. I looked at the business model and I thought, wow, that makes perfect sense. This is actually compounding. It's completely different from a 9-to-5 job, from being an employee, working for someone else, working for a company to build someone else's dreams and earn someone else's money. This is actually a way where you can be your own CEO, and you can actually create an income over time that grows with you, where you're actually at the point where you are being paid way more than the work that you're putting in, and you get paid while you sleep. So that was a no-brainer for me, and I just said yes straight away. I was in both feet within 4 days of being in the program, and honestly, I never looked back. After 4 months, I stepped away from my day job, and my husband and I travelled around Asia for 9 weeks, and I got paid. And obviously, he could only have 4 weeks off, so we had 5 weeks where we had to cover his pay as well, and we got paid. And we paid the mortgage while we were away, we covered all the bills, and we had an amazing honeymoon. So that was just the beginning for me. And now, you know, looking at my life now, I'm really, really, really excited for the fact that I want to retire my hubby now so that we can both enjoy the lifestyle. So, you know, I'm enjoying it and I want him to be able to enjoy it with me so we can enjoy it together, and also be able to support my kids long term, knowing that this is a legacy and I can leave it for them. So that's pretty exciting too. So, and you know, you may have some dreams as you sit here and you listen to these stories. You may have some amazing dreams and you think, well, I'm not really into travel, but I really want to be there for my grandkids, or I really want to actually just be there for my kids. Whatever it is that you're really wanting to have more in your life, there's no reason why you can't. This business is an amazing opportunity to be able to create whatever it is that you want in your life, to have more income so that you can have that time to put into whatever it is that you love and get that joy from your life. So if you are listening and you have a whole heap of questions, you're thinking, maybe this is for me, maybe it's not for me, but I really have some questions, I love to get them answered, please reach out to the person that invited you here tonight or who sent you this recording, and just get those questions answered, because the last thing you want is to regret something and be sitting on the fence for months or years down the track and then think, why didn't I do this sooner? We've a lot of teams say that. So don't be that person. Get your questions answered. And thank you so much for watching tonight, or for watching and taking the time and the patience to actually watch this. And have a beautiful evening. See ya. And she was